What is up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. It's Saturday night. Hope you are all doing well. It is time for a live stream. Welcome if you are new to the channel, and if you're coming to see me for a second, third, or 50,000th time, welcome back. How you guys doing? I'm ready for a hangout. I hope that you are as well. Let me get through my tools really quickly, and then I will say hello to everyone already in the chat. What's up, chat? All right, let me get through my tools. I have a pen here from Diamond Pen Pal. This is the Satura pen. It is the chubby and bumpy variety. It does not have the roll stop. They do have roll stop pens if you want them. You can go check them out in my single placer. Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. You can find Diamond Painting Daily and Diamond Pen Pal over on Etsy. And then I am using, well, okay, so this one's going to be a little different than I normally use, but I'm using a putty here from Puttylicious. This is brown sugar and fig. Ooh, it's very good stuff. And it smells wonderful. This is just went black for a second on my screen. That was weird. All right. I hope it didn't go black for you guys. Anyways, this is actually from Australia. So if you are living in Australia, you can get yourself a putty from Puttylicious. But they do have a Facebook page that you can order from. I think you can do group orders. You have to look into that, but this was actually sent to me by a friend. So if you're interested, go check out Puttylicious on Facebook. And then from Sparkling Nana, I have a beautiful trinket tray along with a little trash pot. And I'm supposed to let you guys know Sparkling Nana now has an Etsy page. So you can go and check out Sparkling Nana over on Etsy. And the tray, this is the one that Gary printed me. It's from Maker World. Is a design by Ephemera 3D. You can find Ephemera 3D over on Etsy as well. Not this tray, though. This tray is very special. This is from the Maker World walkie-talkie, which means it has a right or left spout. It's sort of like the Deep Six, which is something that they do offer on their Etsy page. Where did I put my Deep Six? Right here. This is the Deep Six. And you can find this on their Etsy page. It's very similar, only the pour spout is in the middle and not on the side. So let me say hello to people already in the chat. Ooh, Noelle was here first. What's up, Noelle? Hi, Jen. And hello to Jen, Dawn. Well, we got Jen, Michigan, Jen Wilson, and Jen Dawn to Dusk Gems from Canada. Hello, Canada. Hello, Michigan. Hi, Desiree. Hello, Heather W797. Hello, Kath and Shannon. Hello, Sujin. Hi, Annette. Diamonds and Dragonflies. Hello, first time. Welcome, Mystical Diamond Paint Spook. Hello, Alondra, Moonchild, Kim, Potch Josh, Alondra Vega. Hello, Alice. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Tigger. Hello, April. Hope you are all doing well. I am working. Oh, what am I working on? I am working on this one is Cottagecore Witch. Here we go. Cottagecore Witch from Diamond Art Club. She is a 69.9 by 96.8 centimeters in square, if you want to check her out. And 73 colors. I'm almost to her little book. There we go. I'm almost to her little book. She's looking good so far. What's up, doing? Hello, Glory. What's up? Okay. So I've got All right. How's everybody doing? Please let me know in the chat if you are working on something, what you are working on. Hi, Marianne. Do tell. Get this tray out of my way here. Ooh. All righty. And let's go with, do I have any more? I do. There we go. Beans is downstairs. He's on the porch right now. Dustin decided to take a nap, like, I don't know, 2 hours before the live, and told me, like, oh, if Beans is going crazy, just let me know. I'll get up and take him somewhere, whatever. Beans is my Great Pyrenees. And I think I just heard Dustin get up. So I had to put him down on the porch. Otherwise, he would have been losing his mind throughout the whole chat. He'll probably go for a car ride or something like that. That would be my assumption. There we go. All right, what are we working on? All right, we've got Bedroom in a Glass Bottle, working on by Kat. Ancestral Run from Art. Mystical Diamond Painter. I was looking at your pictures. That looks so pretty. Color of Fear from Jen Wilson. Ooh, Peggy. And then Glory is getting Manny, God of the Moon by Chrisabug, ready for Gods and Goddesses. Oh my goodness. That one, that's a pose, man. He is in a full-on pose, the arm over the shoulder, business happening. That's a good-looking Chrisabug. I love his flowing white hair. Yes, yes, yes. And then let's see, do we have any more specials? I do. So this one has been interesting. I've talked a little bit about the colors on this one. The fact that some of the colors do not reflect what has been shown in the picture. What I perceive to be red is more like oranges, brick reds, and then the pinks are actually in this one more coral. Now, for me personally, I like the coral instead of pink, but I think if people were buying this one hoping that they were going to have like pink on the canvas, it's pinkish, but it's not what I would consider to be traditionally pink. I don't know if, let me look on the screen here. She kind of reads, like here, especially in the book, that reads more red, even in person. Like the symbols themselves look red to me, like an 814. But the drill color on that is actually 918. This darkest part is a 918, which is like a brick red, but it's definitely more orange. I don't know if you can see that. It definitely reads more orange, especially in person. What else we got? We have, all right, Shelby says, nice choice, Glory. Yeah. Jeanette is working on a mystery kit, number 107. Very nice. Tigger's working on Wisteria. Josh is getting ready for Gods and Goddesses. Cool. The AB drill placement is great. It does. Okay, so Mystical, was that one actually from their first run or was that from their second run? Because, okay, here's a way to tell. I've noticed that the first runs have either, hold on, I got to get one. I got to grab one because one has grid lines and one does not. The first run, here we go. Hold on. Okay. So the first run had no grid lines whatsoever. The very first run that has the very loose grid, this one. So this is an art dot, and this is from their first run of square canvases. And you can see like that. I mean, it's very loose. I had to work very hard to get those straightened out. And then the second run with the tighter grid, and it is tighter, grid lines in it. Get that one out for you and show you on that. Close that for a second. And I will show you on this one. This is from the second run of their diamond paintings for squares. And it has a very light grid line. You can see a very faint grid line on this one, especially in the dark colors. A little hard to see on the screen, but it has a very faint grid line. And from what I can tell on this one, I laid a few drills, not too many. The grid's much tighter, a whole lot tighter on the one with the grid lines. So you'll know if you have a newer one, if it has the lighter grid line on it. That's the only way I can tell the difference between the old art dot squares and the new art dot squares. But okay, let me see. We've got Keats is working on Ready for the Monsoon. Cool. Shannon's working on Eagle Wisdom. You must have finished your other one. Mystery 80 by Peggy Collins. Working on Bear Time Stories by Randall Spangler. Cool. Heather says, just finished Summer by Brian Dean Rollison from Distracted by Diamonds. Was that a round or a square, Heather W? Caduceus Rex by Alchemy England and Diamond Art Club. Beautiful. Jasmine by Disney and Dak. Thinking about hitting up Virith. Oh, from Captured by Radiance. Oh my God, that one's beautiful, Kim. Hi, Tanis. Has no grid lines. Oh, okay. Hello, Gary. I think the first run they charted it for round drills. You know what? Honestly, I think you were exactly right. Hi, Quinn. And Annette working on Trio of Poppies by Peggy. That is a beautiful kit, Annette. Alice is eating breakfast. She's in the land of Oz, so not working on anything. Breakfast? You're working on breakfast? That's working on something. That's something to work on, breakfast. I aspire to work on breakfast. Absolutely. So I have, what do I have by Peggy Collins? White Low. And do I have other Peggy Collins? I don't think I have any other Peggy Collins. I thought about getting, was it Black Lotus? I thought about getting that one kind of to have the set. Decided against it. There's a couple pieces by Peggy that I actually really enjoy. I just don't end up buying them. But, you know, your homie don't have it like that. So let's see here. All right. And then it was a round, but very good quality. Okay. So was yours, Heather W., was yours a acrylic drill canvas from Distracted by Diamonds? Because I have, what is it called? Deep from Distracted by Diamonds. And the thing that I did not enjoy about it, and I started it, but I have not finished it. I want to replace out some drills on it because the skin shades are very orange because it was acrylic. Working on Peacock from Diamond Art Club, says Desiree. And yes, if you would like to, thank you for reminding people, Shelby, to gently tap, smash, boop, slap, or, you know, be out of the like button or the dislike button, whatever is your fancy. It's all engagement, people. You can dislike all you want to. You ended up kitting down the farmhouse from Cottage Core. Need the space. Oh, but you haven't decided on what you're going to do for Gods and Goddesses yet, Gary? TBD. Yeah, I have a kit, and it's going to be a surprise. I have a kit ready Hour Live, which is happening on May 30th of this month, obviously. That will be the marathon for mental health. I'll be diamond painting for 24 hours straight if you want to join me. Every year during the marathon for mental health, I always finish a Morales. Well, I had a little oopsie daisy, and I wanted to work on Water Tiger, but I wanted to work on her with specials. I had to order specials from DP with Sparklers, and so my whoopsie daisy was, I thought that I was going to get my drills a little bit faster than I did. No shade at all to DP with Sparklers. Like, they work very hard. They work as fast as they can. And it was a pretty gigantic order. To be fair, I was placing an order with just myself. And so it took a little I expected to get, and I don't want to rush through Water Tiger. So you're going to see a finish of a Morales during the 24-hour live. Which one? Because that one in particular, yeah, I did not get started on Water Tiger. So you get to see a finish of something else that you had no idea I was working on. It has been a secret, something I've worked on for the past couple weeks. And yeah, you'll get to see me finish a secret Morales during the live stream. No such thing as late. Very true. Allison, you are not late at all. Rounding up close encounters for a finish. Have 2 rows left. Nice. Hi, Kylie. Difficult for you to tell the difference. Okay, is it, question for you guys, is the camera like flickering in and out for you? Like, does it go black for a second? Because I keep seeing it going black for a second on my screen over there. Are you guys having any issues, or is it constant all the time? Like always picture. I'm replacing my camera. Probably it'll be before the 24-hour live. I should have a different camera to use on Monday, which I'm very excited about. Dustin is upgrading his phone, which has a much better camera on it, on Monday. And I believe my plan is to only use it for camera purposes. It won't be a phone. Okay, it cuts out, but it's short. Okay, interesting. And audio has some clips. That's so weird. Okay. Well, I'll have a new camera before the 24-hour live, so I'm not terrible about that for right this moment. But if it's really bad, then we'll bail. If we have to bail, we'll bail. But just keep me posted. Super short cutouts, like less than 2 seconds. Interesting. Nope, it's me. It's me. Don't know what's happening. I probably should have updated my, what do you call it? My, not Canva. Not OBS. I don't use, not using, what the hell am I using? I don't even know. Camo Studio. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I thought Canva, but it is not Canva. Okay. Yeah, so I'll have a new camera for the 24-hour live. So I'm not terribly concerned right at the moment, but we'll see how it goes, y'all. We shall see how it goes. So, okay, y'all are working on your diamond paintings and or breakfast in some cases, or kitting down, things like that. I got my questions that I started asking last week, like my get to know you questions from last week. I have those. If you guys want to answer some more questions regarding things you like about your, diamond paintings, or things about you to do with diamond paintings, I will pull them up because, like I said, I've got the whole list of questions. There's like 100 of them. And I certainly got nowhere near 100 last time. Let me get that up here really quickly. Okay. Oh no, one of my nails broke. I don't even know when that happened. Okay. That's okay. I was going to go get them filled, but we shall get that done probably Tuesday. All right. We've got our questions. Yeah, look it. When did it even fall off? It was like, boop, gone. Oh, well. It's gone. It's fine. I'm over it. Oh, maybe it was like opening one of the containers. I bet that's when I did it. These things, I'll tell you, the Elizabeth Ward containers, they're really good at pulling nails off. Not like just I mean, because mine were acrylic, but it went boop, gone. Glitter abuse. I know. I know it. Did you guys have fun at the auction earlier? For those who attended, I saw some people got some very good things. Congratulations on all of your random pulls from the auction on Crashly's live stream. Some really good art, some really good artists. You forgot about it? Oh no, I need a pair of the nail savers. Oh, like from Kevin's DP pens. Yeah, they have nail savers. It's like a wood thing or whatever that you put on your finger. I know. Well, and like my nails are really grown out at this point, so that also doesn't help. I was actually having them soaked off and like not doing more nails. One, because like I don't like to try to pay to maintain that sort of stuff. And it's really like an expense that I can't honestly afford. It was fun for, the time that I did it again, but I don't know if I'm going to be keeping up with it. Because it's like, I don't know what, okay, so I don't know about you guys, like if you go and get your nails done, but a fill for me, like just a fill, not a new set, but a fill, is like $45, $50 generally. A new set costs like 60, and then a fill is like 45, $50. And like, I don't know. They're supposed to last you like a month, right? And if that, and mine generally do not last a month. I feel like mine probably last me maybe 3 weeks if I'm really lucky. And having like $50 to spend every 3 weeks just isn't economical for me. So, because like I'm just doing like the channel, and I'll like help my in-laws out sometimes, but it's not like steady income. You know what I mean? And I feel like I have a lot of time that I sink into essentially like sponsorship or helping out friends, what have you, with various, I don't want to call it therapy, but I would say like sponsorship type things. And I don't mean sponsorship as in like business. I mean sponsorship as in like sobriety. And so, that's kind of what I'm passionate about right now. That's what I'd like to stick to doing. And I want to go back to school. I still kind of have this plan in my mind that I'm going back to school for social work, most likely in the fall or spring of next year. And so I'm not trying to commit to anything super full-time, whatever, in the meantime, So, okay, speaking of press-ons, okay, wait, hold on. What was the question? Are those canvases she owns or that people donate for the auction? Oh, Keith. Okay, so for the auction, that's actually the canvases that she is auctioning belong to a woman named Lori, and Lori had a friend who passed away, and like willed her all, like she ended up with them. And so the ones that she didn't want to keep, she decided to put them up for auction for people who were interested in buying them. And so some are probably Lori's own stash, but there were something like 800 canvases that she had inherited. And so she's kind of working her way through her and the other person's stash, like the things that she decided to swap out from her own stash. Because I guess, and I have no idea what size Lori's stash is, but I would assume she probably did some like swapping in. Annette says, love my Jasmine Moonchild from auction. Yeah, yeah. When they're grown out, the apex is unbalanced and they're generally more prone to breaking when you, yeah, absolutely. Dawn, the dust gems, absolutely. Wanted to try a mermaid and wanted to try to work on something dark, and you got both. Ooh. Okay, so on the subject of press-ons. Okay, so I got myself some press-ons, some fun ones. Like they're sort of like a chrome sort of color swappy thing, right? And the problem is I've been using the peel and press, and honestly, I probably should use like super glue ones. But the peel and press, they don't even last me 24 hours. I'm just so scared of putting on super glue and then damaging the absolute crud out of my fingernails, like worse even than I'm doing already with the acrylic. So I just probably need to switch over. Hi, Mia. You can be study buddies. Alice, yes, sweet. Hi, Emma Casey loves crafts. How are you? And this is why I beg, Mel says, and this is why I beg everyone to do the canvases you want to. Don't save it so long that you never get a chance to do it. That is absolutely, absolutely spot on. Have I tried stickers like Color Street? Okay, so Annette, I have not. What I did was, do you guys remember, oh, what in the heck were they called? They were the same kind of idea as the stickers, but then you would use a hair dryer and it would harden, excuse me, it would harden them. They were like a peel on, peel off sort of thing, but you had to kind of use heat to get them there. It was like an MLM, but I bought them from my friend. Like she was a salesperson. Oh, what the heck were they called? But they were essentially like decals that you would put on your nails. You would use a hair dryer and it would warm up and then it would harden like kind of like acrylic. But then I would do the dishes and they would just like legitimately ooze off my fingers. What the heck are they called? Hi Bobby. Emma, I am great. It's gel, so it doesn't run everywhere. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, these were like they were like press-on sort of sticker things. And like I said, it was an MLM. And essentially, like I said, I would wash my hands and the hot water would just cause them to fall off my fingers. But those were really expensive. And the kinds of like, you could even get licensed art on these things. I wish I could remember what they were called. But what I was at, my fingernails, like my actual fingers, are so thin that I like they're paper thin. Like I could probably slice somebody open with my actual fingernail because they're so thin that I don't mess with I just don't mess with like just something I'm gonna put over top of my nail because they're so thin. It just breaks. It's like worthless, you know. It wasn't Color Street, Josh, because Color Street, oh, it's polish. Is that something like with Color Street that you would use like a UV light to harden the polish or whatever? Because yeah, I'm telling you, my nails are like paper. Gosh, what in the heck were these things called? My friend Taylor, she was like a salesperson for these like stick-on thingies. They're like stickers, but not. They had it almost looked like a metal, not metal, but metal layer to them. And you used a hair dryer to get the like stuff warmed up so it would soften, shape to your nail, and then you would just cut them down based on the size of the actual like fingernail. Jamberry, that's what they were called. Jamberries. Yeah. They were jamberries. And yeah, she spent probably most of her freaking college fund on buying, like the different kits and whatever so that she could show them at parties and uh do like first line sales on them or whatever. And yeah, she lost a lot of money doing that. But I mean, that's an MLM for you. Of course, the point is always not the product so much as it is to get people up underneath you to buy the demo kit and blah 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 blah, all that sort of fun stuff. Hi, Liana. Hello, new horsey mom. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I got our diamond painting questions ready. If you guys are ready, we answered some pretty questions last time. I'm interested to know what your answers are this time. We talked about a lot of random stuff, so let's find out some more answers from you guys. Okay, we talked about. Oh, okay, here we go. Do you prefer, when you are diamond painting, full drill or partial drill canvases? Or if you're the kind of person who likes to do those little projects like Glory, I know she likes to do coasters or, keychains, like boxes, that sort of thing. Do you prefer like a full size, full drill canvas, or do you like to do little partials? What do you guys like? For me personally, I am a full drill canvas person all the way. I honestly have not really tried too many of those little projects like like the keychains, the bookmarks, the coasters, things like that. I don't know if it's something to do with the aversion to, how those ones seem to be more like the how do I explain it? It's like freestyle almost. It isn't, but it's almost like freestyle because you're laying the drills down. You don't really use a multiplacer because the drills go in random places to cover it up. Like what are they? Sparkle Pals or whatever that Diamond Art Club does. I don't mess with those. I just really like my drill canvases. I feel like also you kind of get your money's worth if that makes good sense. We got a lot of full drill people up in here. Yeah. Lots of full drill. Emma Casey says full drill. Jen Wilson, Calf. Yeah, lots of full drills. Hi, Liz. You went to a jamberry party? Yep. Except for mini dazzle type kits. Yeah, like if it's a paint gem or if it's a miniature, but even those I like a full drill canvas. Sujin says, bully me. I like both full and partials. I prefer full drill no matter how long it takes, but I like to break them up with minis. Hi, Neva. Full drill, full, says Josh. But the Craft Buddy Disney diamond painting stickers. Oh, is that Keats? Is that the one where it's got a collectible book and you have to try to you buy the sets and it has like 4 or 5 stickers in the thing and you have to try to find all of them to complete the book. Is that what you're talking about? Those are cute. I wouldn't buy them. I'm not a blind box kind of girly, but they look cute. How are we paying full price for less drills? That part, Mel. Full drill. I don't like it when the drills are not in a straight line. Alice, me either. Glory likes the full drill, but small projects she can do on a couch or a bed. There you go. Sujin, I'm coming for you. I'm going to bully you. I don't want to do boring backgrounds. Okay, that is fair. That is fair. Boring backgrounds do suck. I don't like color blocking, so I get you. I get you. Okay, what about um next question. What is your favorite? No, we asked that question. Hold on. Oh, here we go. What is the fastest that you've ever finished a kit? And obviously, size is very much a kind of a component of that. So obviously keep that in mind. Like if you finished a mini dazzle in an hour, like, okay, maybe I'm not as impressed, but um I'm trying to think. Like I've finished a lot of kits in very fast time. I'm a very fast painter, but a lot of times those were a lot to do with, you know, like color blocking or that sort of thing. One that I guess I'm both proud and really disappointed in myself for finishing very quickly was actually the one that I finished for my first 24-hour live. And I've, excuse me, had a cough. Excuse me. I've talked about this before, and I think I preface it by saying it's important to note that like speed is not everything. Um, I don't think that I enjoy the craft more than anybody else because I paint fast, and I don't think that people who necessarily go slower enjoy it more than people who paint fast. But I challenged myself with Ajisai that I wanted to be the first person to finish it and to get it done for my live stream. And so the piece, Ajisai by Margaret Morales, I'll show you a picture. This piece by Margaret Morales, I finished in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And it is a very large painting. So this one is a 65 by 95. And okay, maybe that's relatively speaking, it's large. It's a 65 by 95 square. And oops, sorry, I can't really see the picture, can you? And this one I finished in 2 weeks. I should not have challenged myself to finish it so quickly. I think I pushed myself through it, and I think I might have enjoyed it more if I wasn't trying to get to the end so fast. Obviously, if I had just painted it quickly and been done with it, it would have been fine. But it was the fact that I pushed myself. And so I never recommend to anybody to push themselves because there's other kits like Catch Me, which is around, it's very color blocky. It's a 55.8 by 70.6. I finished that in 6 days. I finished, what do you call it? Sleepy Fairy. I finished that one in a day, like legitimately in a day. And it's tiny. Let me see. Let me find a picture of that one for you. Sleepy Fairy. Where are you hiding? There she is. Sleepy Fairy. I started her on August 21st. I finished her on August 22nd. And so like it just depends on the piece, obviously. So I just tell people, hey, if you're a fast painter, paint fast. That's fine. Don't push yourself to paint faster. It takes a lot of the enjoyment out of it. I mean, granted, yes, I still enjoyed working on Ajisai, but I think I would have enjoyed it more if I wouldn't have been pushing myself to try to get through it. So yeah, that's my cautionary tale about finishing things quickly. Took you so long, you should have finished it the same day. I know, right, Mel? You have Ajisai coming. Ooh. Bobby likes to take your time. Bobby, you're doing it right. You are doing it exactly right. A 30 by 30 in 8 hours. That's pretty impressive. Diamonds and Dragonfly. Now, okay, here's a question then for you guys. Is that time like legitimately you sat down, you diamond painted for 4 hours, 8 hours, whatever, all at one time? Or was this something obviously like the 8 hours was broken up, the 12 hours was broken up? Like, are you a marathon painter or do you go like short bursts? There's another question for you. Sujin goes at whatever pace. Allison says, I'm slow as molasses when you work 2 jobs. Yeah, girl, you win. You definitely win. Baby girl Lila says, I'm really slow too. Work gets in my way. Oh, Miss Lila, baby girl Lila, could you do me a favor? I have a question for you. If you could hit me up in my email, miscellanea@gmail.com. I have a question for you, please. Wolf Gazer says, paint however you like. It's not a race. That's right. That is exactly right. Jeanette says, I just got Ajacide, but I want to save for Mary Morales. Yeah, save it. Mel says, I hate people who, you hate them? I hate people who time diamond painting. Whatever pace you go is the right speed. Who are you racing? I think, oh, hi, Angela. I think for a lot of people, it's not about so much like timing it to see like how fast they go. It's like they keep track of how many, I guess that's what I was asking. I wasn't asking like, oh, you're going to sit down and just like, bam. I can understand, like, I could not personally take the time to write down like every time I did a session, like, okay, I painted for 3 hours and 12 minutes and 45 seconds. Like I couldn't remember to do that. So kudos to those of you who actually like remember to do that as part of your project, because I would fail miserably. I can go like, okay, I started on this date and I ended on this date. Does that mean it took me the whole time? No, because I tend to have multiple projects or whatever. And so like, just because it says 12 days on a project doesn't mean it took me 12 days, but I still take that as like the answer anyways, because it's easier than trying to actually like go, oh, okay, so I worked 4 hours on this day and I worked for 2 hours on this day. Couldn't. Y'all have exceptional organizational skills for that sort of thing, and I do not. You keep track of the time, but you definitely need a calendar. Yeah. Shell says, I usually set a goal for myself, but I have had to give myself a lot of grace lately because I don't have the time to. Well, but Shell, you're like working a whole 3D printing business, like, and taking care of kids and all sorts of stuff. Neva says, I time my diamond painting so I can see each individual based on drill. And it's good to know your average, you know, maybe average. Ka-chow, says Sujin. Okay. So what would you say is your, if you know the number, what would you say is your number for completions? How many completed diamond paintings have you done? And again, it's not a race or anything. I'm just curious on if people know their numbers. I don't even know that I know my exact number. I don't keep good track until it's like the end of the year and I'm like going to do a year in review video or something. And then I'll go, oh, okay, here we go. So I did 60 this year or something like that. But I would say if I'm averaging it out, I tend to average like not including like mini minis, because I don't necessarily like if I'm including a mini, I'm including like the whole set, the mini set. But I would say like full size canvases, I probably average 3 to 4 a month, depending on size, obviously. If it's something that's much bigger, it might not, you know, it might take me more time. If it's smaller, it might take me less time. But I would say overall completions, I know it's over 100. I don't know exactly how many over 100 though. Ooh, Emma Casey says she's been diamond painting since 2018. So we'll go with 1,000. We'll go with 98,000. Calf says about 10. But Calf, you also haven't been diamond painting very long, right? Oh no. Wolfgazer says, I haven't had time to paint in over a week of trying to get my classes finished for your semester. Get it. Get it. Get that education. 35 canvases in 3 years. Countless small projects. Yeah, you do a lot of exploring. Heather W's got 58. Peggy says, so far this year, 4. Nice. Kim says, girl. I don't know what that means. Hold on, let me go back. Maybe I can find what she said. Oh, from when I started, it's around 26 or 28 finishes. Sweet. Over 200. Emma, I would believe that. Well, you do a lot of, at least from what I've seen, you also do a lot of like customs too. That's impressive because I know like when you do customs, they're not generally hand rendered. So it's a lot of confetti. Because I've seen a few of your videos where you've done ones of your artwork from Dreamer Designs. The one that I liked the best, I think, was she's like a jester type girl. I can't remember what you said the name was. I apologize. But that one that you had gotten done as a custom through Dreamer Designs, beautiful. So yeah, adding all that confetti too. It's like, okay, I'm personally, and you can let me know in the chat, are you a hand render person or you like the challenge of a computer render? Maybe you think it looks better or closer to the original art, or that's just, what you end up getting or what you can afford, whatever the reason is. Are you a hand render person or are you guys more like, give me all that confetti and all that computer render? I'm kind of like, I'll do both. I'll do either. I like it all. Keith says hand render 100%. Hand renders. I'm with you guys. I like a hand render. I'll do, obviously, I don't do custom-made. Oh, okay. No, it was Emma. It was I'm trying to think of like the name of the kit, but it was, I believe, one that you had gotten as a custom for yourself, like, or maybe you had printed it for yourself. But it's been a long time since I've seen that video, to be fair. Plus I'm menopausal, so I remember crap and nothing. But it was it might have been one that you had gotten just like as a custom for yourself. Because I know you're licensed with them, right? You're licensed with Dreamer. I don't know if that piece is, though. If it is, it's really beautiful. Got a lot of hand render people. Depends on the art. I'm not afraid of the confetti. What is happening with my, it's like bouncy, 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 bouncy. I don't know what it's trying to focus on. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, my phone's trying to bounce. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, Emma, I've watched your videos. I don't comment on a lot of videos, but I watch a lot of videos. Clown of Sorrow. That's the one. Beautiful. Beautiful artwork. Love it. You signed that one. Nice. Is that with Dreamer? Sujin, it's one you would like. I believe it's one you would like. Sujin goes, clown. Clown. Yes. It needs my nails to focus. Yes. Get them. It needs something there, I guess. It's like, what? Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. I'm excited to have a different camera too. Not that there's anything wrong with this camera, but it's also my phone. So trying to not kill my phone if I don't have to by making it do things all the live long day long. Yeah, that Clown of Sorrow, very cute. Very cute stuff. Sujin likes a spooky clown. Okay. Mia says, we're waiting for my first-hand renders to get delivered. I think mine have only been computer so far, but still learning. Fair enough. Okay. So, okay, here we go. Have you ever rage quit a canvas? Thank you, Lila. This one is from Diamond Pen Pal. It's Satura, and it glows in the dark, actually. Okay. For rage quitting canvases, I'm just trying to think here. Rage quit a canvas. I have. Yes, I have. I've actually rage quit a couple of canvases. The first one was a square that I had gotten like very early days. And the excuse me, the spacing and the freaking render and the drills were garbage. Like, it was horrible. I don't even know how far I got into that. Maybe a itty bitty baby size square, and I just threw it away. That was early days of diamond painting, though, so I'm not really certain even what the company was. It was like some Amazon piece that my mother-in-law had gotten for. What other ones have I rage quit? I like on purpose did not rage quit a canvas that I should have, but I thought somebody was buying it from me when it was finished. Custom ones that disappointed you. Yeah. Like, if I don't, I feel like, okay, I did rage quit, and I won't necessarily like drag, excuse me, the companies or anything like that, but I have rage quit canvases where either A, the quality was not what I expected for pricing, and it's like at a certain point when you pay a certain amount for canvases, if you are having consistent drill issues and it's just like you're not even going to have enough to finish, or if I pay, like $70, $80 for a canvas and it has acrylic drills and I'm not getting a hand render and it's not looking good, like, no, I will just go ahead and rage this. I've also had things where the rendering, even a mostly hand rendered piece, looks almost like just so like the render is not clean. It's not even really intelligible as far as like what I'm diamond painting, where like flowers don't look like flowers, they just look like colors or something. I've rage quit for that reason. One rage quit from a net taught me what computer versus hand render meant. Yeah. Sujin says yes. Rage quit all the make market squares. Yes. Absolutely. Time by Saniva Meister. My mom had to finish it. Too much confetti, and it was an older round from that. Okay. Yeah, I've rage quit the old art dot, like old art dot squares. They're like first run of square canvases. I definitely rage quit an art dot square before. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Okay, let's see. What is your favorite thing to listen to? Like, do you like to watch TV, YouTube, listen to music while diamond painting? And if you do watch TV, YouTube, whatever, while diamond painting, what do you like to watch? Or if it's music, what do you like to listen to? Or is it dead silence? You're like, no, here, me and my canvas, and not listen to anything. I tend to watch a lot of series. So like I'll watch crime documentaries on Hulu or Netflix. I'll watch I'll watch like people who do like commentary on Survivor. That's another thing I like to watch. I mentioned in one of my whipping chats, like one of my new guilty pleasures is watching Pop the Balloon, which is this like YouTube dating show. It's okay. I mean, yes, it's a little bit drama, but it's also a little bit trash, but it's also really, really sweet. It's like it's a mixed bag, but I really like it a lot. And I like to like repeat series that I've watched a bunch of times before. So I'll watch like let's say I'll watch Love on the Spectrum because I've seen it so many times that I don't necessarily have to look up from my diamond painting to watch what's happening because I'm just listening to what's happening since I've seen it so many times. Or movies that I've seen a bunch of times, you know, like I'll watch things that I've seen many times before so that I don't have to try and pay attention to what's happening. Those are my kind of like go-tos. I don't generally listen to music. There's music in the stuff that I'm watching. If I watch The Crash, I haven't. It's still on my list. It's still on my list of things to watch though. I did not forget, Keith. True crime documentaries. Okay, so Jeanette, most recently, for those of you who like true crime, I watched, I feel like it was Hulu. It might have been Hulu, it might have been Netflix. I could be wrong. I watched a recent true crime documentary. It's called the Scream Murders. It's like where these two young men kind of were like reenacting the movie Scream. They were 16-year-old boys when they committed the crime. And it's kind of like the documentary sort of asked the question about whether or not, because recently the Supreme Court overturned or voted on a law wherein juveniles under the age of like 16 and below could not be sentenced to life without parole. And they're talking about in the movie whether a person who was sentenced as a juvenile to life without parole should receive parole if they can show, you know, like that they feel remorse for their crime and that sort of thing. It's actually really, really, really good documentary for a couple of reasons. Obviously, very tragic as well, but really good. I watched that one a couple nights ago. Hulu. Okay. Neva says Hulu. Emma watches YouTube and Netflix. Yeah, I will definitely check out The Crash. Listen to diamond painting creators while I DP. Next go-to is Audible books. Ooh, okay. Ooh, Game of Thrones. That's another good one. Favorite music is country music. Storm season, so I'm watching all the Storm Chasers. That's fair. Mix of both, depends on the day. I'll watch true crime, Reddit stories, diamond painting channels. Music is a huge variety. Peach Ka. I don't know who Peach Ka is. Blogs and whipping chats. Ooh, The Testaments. Keats, The Testaments has been very, very good. I need to rewatch Game of Thrones. I do. Defiance. You got your parents hooked on Defiance. It's so that one is on Paramount Plus for those looking. Ooh, listening to jazz. Dawn to Dust Gem says, I like Naomi's Stream, Spotify, EDM. YouTube DP vids, or silence. Oh, silence, man. I could not. Musicals, YouTube, familiar things. Love it. Love it. Okay. Oh, here's a fun quick answer. What is your favorite multiplacer size? Hotly contested. What is your favorite multiplacer size? Mine is an 8. And the reason for that is because I am a massively hard placer and I bend the boobs off of multiplacer and it looks like an IUD when I'm finished. So I use an 8 placer because I can still, oh, I missed a couple. I can still place multiple diamonds without having to replace the multiplacer tip as often. So like this is a much newer tip. But I have, let's see, here we go. I'll show you the difference. It's pretty sad. Okay, so this is a new tip that you can see is straight. And this is an old tip, which you can see is bent. It's not bent quite as bad as it could be, but you can definitely tell that it is bent in comparison to a straight one. If I use this one too much longer, because I still use this one, if I use this too much longer, it will be shaped like backwards. So right now when I use this one, it has like a rock to it, a slight rock. So that's fun. I think I threw away my, oh, here's a really badly bent one. Oh, this one's really bad. Okay. Here's another one. It's a badly bent one. And it's actually bent like in the, like, if you look, it has like, let's see, like divots in it from where I press so freaking hard. There's like an actual dent in the metal. You see it up at the, like, right, there's like an actual dent in the metal. It's pretty bad. I'm really horrible on multiplacers. So an 8 placer is about as high as I'll go. You did, Shell? I did say boobs. Yeah, it looks like an IUD. Keats, I'm serious. Allison says single place only. Winter Achelia. Hi, Winter Achelia says no multi-placing here. Y'all single placers, you're diabolical. 10 and 12, 4 placer. Glory says all of them. 6 to 8, 7 or 8. 7, always go for the 7. 4 placer. 5. Emma says 4. Reminds you of Thor's hammer. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I take hard pressing to another level. I'm telling you, Wolf Gazer, like I put these diamonds down like the suckers owe me money, man. I put them to work. They're gonna stick to this damn canvas, whether I have to. I make real good and sure they're not coming off of this thing when I stick them down. I place the boobs right off of them. I'm telling you. This is probably also why I have to use like fresh. Okay, so here's another question for you guys, and this is going to be telling on myself, so it's fine. Do you guys tend to like? Okay, better way to ask this question. How long does your putty last in your pen? Or how often do you replace the putty in your pen? If you want to hear something really embarrassing, I replace my putty every time I open a new square. Because by the time that I'm done with a square, I have placed the diamonds so hard and like put the putty back in and put the putty back in and put the putty back in. One, I have a callus on these 2 fingers. Like I have a callus, especially here on this finger, because I'm always pushing the putty back in the placer. So I've got calluses on these two fingers that pretty much won't go away. But it becomes like chewing gum. The putty does by the time that I'm finished with the square. So I have to replace the putty every time I open a new section. A couple rows. Wow. Bobby uses wax. Okay. Vacuum pen. Ooh, a 3-placer. Nice, Annette. Desiree says, I feel like it's every 20 minutes, and I've tried the pack you gave me. I wish someone would invent a pen that never needed refilling. Well, Desiree, there are vacuum pens. Divine says every 2 to 4 squares. Wolfgazer, you will stay on this canvas or else. Naomi to her drills. Fact, accurate. Very accurate. Depends on the putty, the weather, and if the drills are dirty, but I can usually complete 1 or 2 rows. Yeah, see, I can't get anywhere near that. Maybe 2 squares every other day, Chrissy. Okay, you win. I do about 1.5 squares. See, Jen's with me. Jen's with me. Lila says, my putty will last at least 2 days, depending on which one I'm using. Okay. Liana still uses wax, and it goes a long way. Yeah, that's because y'all are bird placers. I don't trust you. Have to dab a single placer often, the rest not very much. Not very much. Jeanette says, if I use Pearl Alien Putty at least a day. So my issue with Alien Putty is it's so sticky for me. And I've found that when I use it, after I use it, I have to like fully clean out my Multiplacer before I can use anything other than Alien Putty. So I don't know if that's anybody else's experience with Alien Putty, but I definitely have. I keep putting this in the wrong spot, and I need to stop it immediately. Not L. I'm putting it on N. Please put it on the N. Jeez, Naomi. Get your act together here. Sitting here just putting it on the wrong spot. Okay, did I put that? I think these ones, yeah, these ones up here were correct. I'm just losing it. It's fine. No worries. What happens when I talk and read and then try to diamond paint at the same time. Use wax, change, or add every 10 minutes. Yeah, Kim, that was my experience too with wax. Emma says, I have only just started using putty. I quite liked it, but I do change it often. Yeah, and see, me too, Tanis. I do not have a shortage of putty, so like I'm just gonna keep putting it in there, you know, switching it out because I've got the fresh putty to use. Winter says, I'm a heavy placer and squeeze the putty out of the tip and then keep wiping off the stuff that squeezes out. See, okay, so I don't wipe it off when it squeezes out of there. I just keep like putting it back in, but then yeah, it essentially turns into chewing gum when I do that. I've found, just for me personally, I really enjoy Putty Crocker, Butterfly Effect Wares, Patsy Putty. This Puttylicious that I'm using right now. This Puttylicious is actually, it's you can only get it from Australia, but you can do like group orders. She's on Facebook. Puttylicious, go check her out. But I've noticed this is very similar to Putty Crocker, and it's working quite well. I'm still changing it as often as I would like a Putty Crocker, but it's working very similarly to that. As a hard placer, I like Butterfly Effect Wares like in really humid weather. I feel like Butterfly Effect Wares is the driest putty I've found. But like I said, I'm a really hard placer. Like I don't mess around, man. These drills will stick. That's how I always knew, like, if there was a glue issue, it was not me, because the way that I'm pushing these damn drills down on the canvas, it's like, it cannot be it cannot be me because I know I'm pushing real hard. It should stick. It should stick if the glue is good, you know? But those are the putties that I like. But I don't know if you guys are hard placers and you use something else, let me know. Because definitely the putty does make a big difference. Mystical says, I didn't like the texture of Alien Putty. I also have texture issues. Like the way it feels is very sticky. Alien Putty's too sticky for Desiree. Yeah, and you know what? Arrowroot powder might not fix that because he uses wall tack and museum. I think he mixes wall tack and not just that blue tack. Blue tack is what he uses to make Alien Putty and that sort of stuff. I don't know if it. I think you could probably add arrowroot powder to that all day, and I don't think it's going to get less sticky. Thank you, Lila. I will check my email. What is the best putty out there? So honestly, like with regard to best putty, I think it really depends. If you are if you are a person who is very light placing, like if you're using wax, right? And you're placing so lightly that you barely ever have to replace your wax, then I would recommend something stickier, something like Pure Bliss Wax or Randa's Crafty Corner is another one. At least it used to be a stickier putty. If you're a light placer, stick with something that is stickier. If you're a hard placer, where like if you were using wax before and you're replacing your putty, or excuse me, your wax, like legitimately every third time you lay a drill, you're probably a hard placer. And I recommend sticking with something that is meant for hard placers, like something that is a little more of a dry formula. Like I said, I like Putty Crocker and I like Patsy Putty, and Butterfly Effect Wears is a really good dry putty. But like I said, this Puttylicious is working just about as well as any like Putty Crocker I've used or Patsy Putty. It's very similar to those two. But it's all kind of like trial and error. Sometimes, you know, something that I say works great is not going to work for everybody. Because I learned that watching other diamond painting content creators, that like I would buy what they recommended and not realize that they're bird placers. Like they literally barely touch the drill to pick it up and they barely touch their drill to stick it. I don't know how that works for them, but it does somehow magically. And I was getting their version of a putty and then finding out like, yeah, this is not going to work for me. I push way too hard. And the stickier the putty, the less it seemed to work. So it's just more about knowing like what you really like, how hard you're really pressing. When it comes to special diamonds, to answer your question, Bobby, I also use putty for my special drills, but I use fresh putty. The reason I like to use fresh putty for special drills is because I've found that it's less gooey or sticky. It doesn't want to hold on to it. Or I use Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. It's a liquid that turns solid. It goes from white to clear, hence the name Ghost. This is a liquid, okay? The liquid. And this one you can put in a multi-placer or a single placer. I use it in my single placer always. But once this dries, it's like a glue dot, okay? And what I actually did, I left the lid off of my Ghost. This is going to sound really weird, but I left the lid off of my Ghost to let it dry out because it's almost like having a glue dot ready to go. You see how it turns clear when it dries? This is dry and this is wet. And so if you let this dry out, you can essentially treat it like a glue dot. And then I just put this down on a piece of release paper and stick my single placer into it. Or you could load this into a multiplacer, just like this booger of glue dot, you know, and it works just as well as a glue dot does. The trick is, if you're going to use Ghost or a glue dot, you have to get it dirty or it's never going to let go of your diamonds, especially ABs. So you have to dirty it, like on your hand, on your clothing, on your pants, your shirt. Just make sure to get some like fuzzies on it or something. It definitely helps. Kylie says, I'm delighted you like it. I do like the Puttylicious, Kylie. Thank you. But yeah, the Ghost, this stuff from Diamond Painting Daily, that's their little symbol over on Etsy. This stuff, I love it so much. It's about $10 or $11 for a bottle, kind of a small bottle, but this lasts forever. I have a video like on how to use Ghost, how to load it and whatever in my tutorials if you want to watch that. Or search Ghost on my channel. You'll find the tutorial on it if you want more information. But I love this stuff. Otherwise, the other option for everybody, get yourself an Art Dot or other brand of vacuum pen. These things are not going to take the coatings off of stuff. It's not very loud. You can hear it's not very loud. And it works very well, especially if you're a single placer. This one, you don't ever have to reload how to charge it. Takes a C charger. Takes a regular C charger in it. And it works really well. If you're having no luck with like wax or putty or Ghost, go ahead and try out a vacuum pen. That's my recommendation. Only bird I could find. Yeah, Annette. Picmondu also has a vacuum pen. Last I knew, and I could be wrong, they'd had one with a corded variety. I can't have a cord touching me. It's a whole thing. I can't handle like things touching me while I diamond paint. But yes, Picmondu also has a vacuum pen. I know that they had a tubed variety. They might still have a not tubed variety too. Is the vacuum pen the best thing for ABs? I will tell you what it's not great for. AB color blocking is so frustrating when you're doing it one diamond at a time. I hate that. I would much rather like find a dry putty that's going to work for me with regard to AB color blocking. But when when like everything else is not working and is frustrating me, I absolutely recommend a vacuum pen. I do think that a vacuum pen is best for ABs when nothing else is working for you. That would definitely be my recommendation. If you are having just a massive struggle with everything else, a vacuum pen is the way to go. But your Picmondu to 3-place ABs. I've never been able to load glue dots in my multiplacer, so it's even. It seems like Ghost would be easier. Yes. Yes, because you put it, okay, this is what I recommend, honestly. Okay. Loena's Designs, Loenas, Loena's, has a tip holder. This thing, okay? And what I do is I put my tips out. Tips with a P. I said tips. I don't put my tits out. I put my tips out here. I put them in here. And then when I'm ready, I load my Ghost into these. Now, keep in mind when Ghost dries, you can see on this one especially, it looks it looks like it's not full because the ghost will dry and start to drop down into the placer. So you're going to have to like top it off. Okay. So I got my tip holder from Lowena's Design. And Lowena's is, I feel like she's got an Etsy store. Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Lowena's Designs is, no, she's got a website. I'm a big liar. Hold on. Lowena's Design. I'll put a link in the chat. It's really hard to try and fill the tips up when they're not upright, right? So I got a tip holder from Lowena's Designs. I put my tips in here. And then when you buy the ghost, it comes with like this little palette knife sort of situation. I use a pair of tweezers. What I'll do is I will use a pair of tweezers. Let me get an other pair though. A pair I'm not going to use to pick up diamonds. Sure, curved placer. Why not? I will use my murder tweezers and I'll put some on there and then I will load it up into my multi-placer, single placer, whatever. And you just keep using this to fill it and fill it and fill it until it dries, and then you top it off. But it's really a whole lot easier to put ghost into your single placers when you're using the tweezers, in my opinion. If you're going to top it off, if you're going to fill it up, this works so much easier than trying to push down onto a glue dot to get the glue into the multi-placer or whatever. I have also struggled with that many, many times, but I just use my tweezers and I fill it up that way. And it works really wonderfully. And Audra also has a couple of other different things on her site. Like she's got some putties. She's got this thing called a monster, which I really like. It's basically like a multi-placer that uses single or double-sided tape. But yeah, like I just legitimately fill up my multi-placer using a pair of tweezers and the wet ghost and or the liquid ghost, not my dry stuff. And then like you're just going to leave that sit and dry overnight. And then if you need to put more in it, you put more in it the next day or hours later. You just let it dry. It'll turn clear, so you'll know that it's dry. But Lowena's Designs has the tip holder. And then if you're looking for ghost, you're going to go to, hold on, I'll get you a link for that too. Diamond Painting Daily on, and here is a link for Diamond Painting Daily, and it is called Ghost, and you can find it there. Yeah, pressing to your pants or your shorts, your shirt, you know, whatever works. And then failing all of that, if you're like me and you love your putty, Abby just pointed out another thing that you could do, which is if your putty or your wax is sticking to your ABs and won't let go of them, this is going to sound weird. I lick mine. I lick the putty, or if you get a wet paper towel and you've got it nearby, it doesn't have to be wet, just damp. But if you just get a little bit of wetness onto the putty, it won't actually stick to the putty then. The ABs won't. But sometimes if it's too wet, you can't pick them up either. Like they weigh on the pen at all. So be aware of that. Like you don't want too wet. But yep, I have been guilty of licking, not for eating purposes, just for trying to get it to stop grabbing onto my ABs. If you're not weird about licking putty. Otherwise, just get a paper towel. Don't be a weirdo like me. You don't got to be weird like me. Putty licker? I am, Kath. Yes, I am a putty licker. Oh, snap dots, Tanis. Smell amazing. I had For the longest time, I was using Snap Dot's unicorn poop, and it smelled amazing. The only reason I stopped using Snap Dots was because I started using Ghost, and it basically did the same thing. So, and I didn't have to fight trying to get it into my single placer or my multiplacer. That's the only reason why I stopped using Snap Dots, but I really do like the Snap Dots. That's right. Ghost does not have a scent. It is not scented like anything in particular. It just works the way that it works, and it's not going to smell like anything except maybe glue. A little bit gluey. Ooh, yeah, dabbing it on your forehead. That also works. Kim licks her wax once in a while. Yeah, Kim. Putty liquor where? Wolf Gazer, I have no clean comment for you. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, here's a good question. What's the weirdest place you've found a drill stuck? What is the weirdest place you have found a drill stuck? Okay, I have told this story a few times. Some of you are new. So if you have aversions to things in eyeballs, click away, leave the chat, run, run fast. I was working on a canvas and I was using my single placer like I have done many a time. And I was like pushing some drills over, and I had my face kind of over my canvas because I was looking at what I was doing. And when the drills together, like I was just scooting things over, a drill popped off of the canvas, and I did not blink fast enough, and I don't wear glasses. So the drill went from the canvas flat side to my eyeball. Okay. And it got stuck to my eyeball. I did not panic. Thank God I did not panic. I was scared because the drill was like starting to drift like to the bottom of my eye, like my bottom lid. And I was worried it was going to go like under my eyeball or up into my eyelid and, like behind my eyeball. Like I don't know, there's like some empty space back there where my brain should be. And I was like, oh my God, am I going to friggin' drill just floating around in my head? Like, does it then go down the snot tube? I don't know how things are connected up in there. So I'm like, it's rattling around in my brain. Oh my God. So I'm trying not to panic. Dustin was sitting like with his back to me downstairs, because this was when my desk was downstairs. Dustin has his back to me and he's in the recliner, and I don't say a word to him, but I immediately stand up and I hold my left bottom eyelid down, and I walked very calmly and slowly to the bathroom. And I go into my bathroom, and one eye is like, I'm pulling my lid down. And I'm looking for my tweezers, not like these kinds of tweezers, not murder tweezers. I was looking for my flat, like what I would pull my eyebrows hair out with kind of tweezers, flat tweezers. And I found a pair of flat tweezers, and still holding my lower lid down, I proceeded to use the flat tweezers to get the drill flat side down off of my eyeball. It was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life with regard to drills. So maybe not the weirdest place I got a drill or ended up with a drill, but definitely the most horrifying. So yeah. That was scary as shit. And I did not like it. I mean, granted, like I've gotten into my bathtub, just trying to chill, take a nice hot bath. And I've had like a drill on my butt and didn't realize it. I don't know how it got there. But I sat down on the, like in the tub and was like, ow, what's touching my butt? and realized it was a drill. Don't know how it got there. It was probably like on my foot. And then like when I ran the water or whatever, it like just stayed on the bottom and then I sat down on it, I hope. I don't know how a drill would have gotten down my pants otherwise, but I've definitely popped them like backwards and then they've gone like down into my tank top. I've had that happen. So I've found them under the boobs. Oh, Shell's bedazzling her husband's little Johnny. Oh boy. Bedazzling for wieners. I went to the restroom. I waited for the guy about a dog, found a drill on the teepee. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, no. Drill ended up on my box of plastic wrap that I keep on top of the fridge. Weird. Okay. Gary found one on his back. Chrissy found one in her bra. Yes. Annette found one on the butt. Sujin found one on her boyfriend's butt. We aren't here for clean comments. We be here for the chaos. Yes. Wolf Gazer, I found my fellow lickers. Yes. Join me in the putty licking. Ooh. In your bra and your undies. Yeah, I don't know how the men end up with them. I'm assuming it's something that like we have on our hands or something. Otherwise, I want to know like why Dustin's in here like nude dancing when I'm not diamond painting or something. That's a little weird. A little strange for him to be doing that. Oh man. It's more of a question, where haven't I found one? Right, that too. That too. Okay. Are you an accessories queen or do you keep it simple or other accessories person? Are you an accessories person or do you keep it simple? What do you think? Pen to match every canvas, like tray to match every canvas. Can I be honest with you? I am a simple person. And I mean more than just like my brain, simple brain. I definitely have a simple brain sometimes, but as far as my diamond painting stuff goes, I keep it simple. It's a matter of like affordability for me, and I'm not going to like harp on that, go on about that. Yeah, it's a matter of expense, but also, I personally like, for me, no judgment to anybody else who wants to spend on accessories, custom pens, that sort of thing. I just kind of would rather spend my money on diamond paintings. Like that's kind of where I'm at. I will like occasionally off a pen or a tray or something that I enjoy, but honestly, I'm just here to do one kind of tray set or whatever. Like if I end up with other trays, it probably was a gift, or I might have just like splurged on something extra for myself. But generally, I just stick with the few things that I use very often. All right, let's see what y'all say. Can there be a middle ground? Wolf Gazer, sure. There's always a middle ground. Kylie is accessories obsessed. Kim says, I have a ton of pens and trays. Shell says, what is he doing while you aren't there? I know. He should be doing it while I am here so I can be entertained. I agree. Tana says, give me accessories, but I have my favorites. Yep. Dawn, the Dust Gem says, I keep it simple. Shell is all about the accessories, but you like 3D print, so that's a little easier for you. Mystical says, I like accessories, but don't go crazy with them. I have a few different pens, a nice tray, and a canvas roller. Yeah. Gary says, I do my own 3D accessories, so I love accessorizing. Yeah. Wolf Gazer says, like, I enjoy using pens that closely match my canvas. I have places to put my junk. Okay. Digital Divine Weapon. Divine says, I try to keep it simple, but I'm a little bit of a pen gremlin. Pen gremlin is new. I love it. A pen gremlin. Yes, I approve. Jeanette says, I love accessories, but only a few special ones. Not enough money, space, or desire to match everything. Yeah. Abby says she loves her accessories. I was going to call you out if you lied, Abby. Don't worry. Keith says, I tend to stick to the same trays and pens I like. Yeah. Maria Mia says, I do think the accessories are pretty, but if I had to choose or accessories, I'd rather have the kits. Me too. Sujin, I got lazy and keep it simple now. Anne says, I'm an accessories hoe. Not a hoe. Gary says, I need to get my lathe out to get some more pens turned. The Satura has been my one and only in the meantime. Okay. Glory is pen obsessed, but she slowed down. Creations more and mystery boxes monthly for a year. So she has fun trays, putties, and special drills. Went for a BEW pen and got cart snatched. Oh, that sucks. Kylie is totally obsessed with cover minders, but you make them, so I would hope you are. Hi, Brenda. What'd you miss? Not much. I have a feeling when you get my Virgo pen done, that'll become my main. Oh, you're going to like it. You're going to like it, Mystical. You're going to like it. Oh, okay. Wolf Gazer needs to know from you guys, how many pens do you have to have in order to be considered a pen gremlin? Winter says, simple. The only accessory I have is my cat-proof trays. I also like cat-proof trays. They're good stuff. Very good stuff. How many pens do you need to have to be a pen gremlin? I mean, I would think it would have to be over 10, right? Over 10, definitely. I wouldn't say over 5. 5 seems like a low number. This is me answering. I have no idea because I am not a pen gremlin. So I don't have the correct answer for you. But I will definitely say it's got to be over 10, right? I would imagine that's got to be some sort of a magic number for above, over 12. Okay. At least 20 pens ago. Oh boy. How many that Gary asks or says that might be like asking how many cats to be the crazy cat lady. Glory says, I say over 15 pens. Okay. Josh says, if you have more than 10 for every year you've been diamond painting, you are officially a pen gremlin. Sujin says 5 pens. Y'all calling each other out. I love it. Oh, okay. Here's a good question that I like asking people. Okay. How do you work on your diamond paintings? Are you bottom to top or top to bottom? And then are you left to right or right to left? And I always start my diamond paintings the same way. I always work bottom to top and left to right. I don't know what it is. I just feel like working, well, one, I guess I don't like to work backwards because I don't like stuff hanging off my table in the back. I think it was a lot to do with the way that my setup used to be, like against a wall where I wasn't able to do that necessarily. Moving downstairs, it was weird to switch it up. I think that reason that I go left to right is because I tend to like lean on my left side and see the drills better, like where they're lining up and whatever, when I go left to right instead of right to left. Now I can go those other directions. I just don't like to. So I am definitely a bottom to top and left to right diamond painter. Ooh, Keats is a chaos monkey and likes to save the center of the canvas for last. Okay. Okay. And this begs the question, Are you a flipper? Do you flip your canvases? I cannot flip my canvas. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I cannot flip a canvas. Oh, Pendragon status. Yeah. It makes a difference if you win or buy the other pens. Oh, sure. Okay. Bottom left to right. Okay. Candace is with me. Change it up. Yes, I haven't found a favorite yet. Okay, Gary. And Jen Wilson is also bottom to top, left to right. Ooh, Calf says top to bottom, right to left to avoid touching glue as much as possible. I kind of balance on my pinky, I find. So I don't end up, well, because like when I'm working this way, this is always covered by the plastic. And then I'm usually putting a finger down, like my pinky finger to like balance on. So I'm not usually touching glue that way, if that all made sense. But Wolf Gazer starts at the bottom. Josh has started bottom left, bottom right, but not top right. Ooh, okay. Never the same. I start all over. Yeah, I'm the rainbow sheep of the. Oh, okay. You weirdo flippers. Weird flippers. Flipper, canvas flippers. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I can't flip my brain to making the symbols make sense upside down or sideways. I don't like to work sideways either, because that messes with my head so bad, especially if I've already started on the canvas, trying to flip the canvas in like the middle of it. Oh my goodness. I don't mean like while it's, like whatever. I mean like after I've finished the one half, flipping it over, I would have to like retrain my brain to read the symbols if they were upside down. So definitely no flips for me. Absolutely zero flip. Zero flips. Reserving Pendragon status for later this year. Oh, okay. I know you're a chaos queen, Keats. I know you are. And Mia does bottom to top, started right to left, but now stick with left to right. Yep. See? I don't like my pinky finger resting or scraping on drills. Okay, that's fair. But you're also a monster because you flip a canvas. Okay. Let's see. What canvas made you the happiest? Either one that you finished, one that you worked on. What canvas made you the happiest? And I think a variety of canvases. So like you can name your top 3 if you can't pick like a favorite that made you the happiest. But I think just for the like actual synesthesia sensations that it gave me, I definitely have to keep Cup of Sunshine like up there in my like happiest diamond paintings, because that one really did evoke a lot of happiness for me. Another one I would say happiest. Grand Canal and Basilica Venice for the colors. Ooh, I love that one so much. And then I haven't put out the few on my channel yet, but Diamond Art Gallery has one that's called Shiba Inu Origami. And simply because that one is so like cheery, like even the Shiba Inu looks like he's so happy. That one also made me very happy to work on. Loved that one. Fun to work on, fun subject, fun colors. Mineralis. I don't know what that says, Annette. I can't read it. I think it maybe is supposed to say My Morales, but I don't know. Frankenstein's Bride for Josh. Nibbles. Oh, Nibbles, Sujin. That was a good one, too. It was a very cute one. If I can get the first one, the movie posters for Harry Potter. Ooh, nice. You'll have the full set and some closure. Okay. Lovell's Mystery 35 and Puss in Boots from Dak. Very nice. Sugar Skull. Your very first Dak. Green Eyes. Ooh, Green Eyes was a good one. Oh, it's a Diamond Art Gallery anniversary right now. That means a sale, y'all. Back to Wonderland by Ennis. Elvira. Have a good night, Jeanette. Thanks for popping in. Tigger. Oh, yeah, your triptych. Azul Mystery 68 and Luntian. I can see that. That would make me very happy to have the whole trio also. So I can totally understand why it would be that. I can't relate, but I can totally understand why it would be that. Happiest Working on Succubus by Lovell. Ooh, Kitchen Cats by Liubka. And Jester Girl with color changes by Hannah Lynn. Nice. Wolfgazer, I loved your color changes on that one. The very first Dak, because Keats was so excited about it. Nice. Divine says, Dark Lilith or Cute but Unstable. My dark paintings are happy, question mark. I might bring... Oh, might be backwards. You might be backwards. It's okay. Who had Dak Mystery 35? Ooh, I think somebody said that was like on D-Stash or something, Josh. Oh, Mineralis by Emily Jarija. That's a pretty one, Annette. Beautiful one. You're doing Green Eyes for Claws and Paws. Ooh, and Butterfly of Paradise for Shannon. Green Eyes is the one where it's like a girl with white hair and green eyes, and she's like snuggling a white cat with green eyes. Am I making that up? Please tell me I didn't make that up. I don't think I did. I don't think I made it up, but you know. You know. Oh, it's a black cat. That's right. That's right. That's right. Ooh, Seeding Imagination. Because it's the only canvas I did outside, and it was nice to be outdoors. That's cool. All right, let's see. Another question. Ooh, I got one for you. What is your diamond painting unpopular opinion? Give me your diamond painting unpopular opinion, and I'll give you mine. My diamond painting unpopular opinion. How do I make this both specific and general so that it's not so that I'm like calling anything out, but I'm also not answering the question. So I'm not trying to be like subversive or anything. I'll answer the question. I don't have a problem answering the question, but I also don't want to like crap on somebody else's, pancakes or something. Like it's something they like and I don't. Does that make sense? How do I answer the question without like crapping on somebody's cornflakes? That's not something I generally do. There are certain artists that are really, really popular, and I don't get it. I'm sure people feel the same way about my favorite artists. So that's fine. But there are some artists where like, okay. All right, here we go. I'm not crapping on anybody's taste. I really am not. Can I be honest with you? I think Art by Julia is very, very cute stuff. I do not fully understand the hype where people are willing to pay like $200 for a kit that is not in stock that will restock for Art by Julia. Yes, it's all very cute, but I don't think, and granted, I feel the same way about Morales. Like, why are you out here paying all this money for a kit that will restock? Like, just wait. So I guess that will be my unpopular opinion, that some of these artists that people are like out here paying stupid money for kits that will restock. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's because I have willpower. I don't know. Oh, Keith says, I love color blocking. Glory says, I'm not a huge Morales fan, though I have a couple. Hi, Ricky. And thank you for smashing the like button on your way in. Jen, Dawn to Dusk Gems says, I think a lot of popular DAC artists are overrated, but they can still be great artists. Licking Putty. Keith loves color blocking. Ooh, Josh says, my unpopular opinion is that diamond art is too feminine and womanly in the kits overall. I get it's women focused as a hobby, but it's hard to find things that I like that aren't girly. Josh, I've been saying this for years. Also, when they render a man in a diamond painting, let's not have that be an effeminate man, right? I want to see men being men in diamond paintings. So like there are some where the pose is very feminine, or the man, like handsome wizard. Okay, but that's not a man who looks like a man. That's a man who looks like a handsome wizard and kind of pretty, actually. I get it. I agree. Oh, and shots fired. She said Lorenz birds. Abby says that there should be kits that are all specials. So many people beg for that in VIP. Oh God. Wolfgazer, diamond painting, unpopular opinion. Diamond painting is not a competition. I agree. Ooh, divine. Fairy dust is my least favorite special drill. I might have to come for you, girl. Let's see. Keith says, I think it has more to do with FOMO than the quality of the art itself. Yeah, probably. You leave my pretty men, but I don't even know how to say that word. Sujin Bishunin? Bisunin? I don't know how to say that. Bishunin, however you say that word. Alone. Okay. Oh, divine, we can't be friends anymore, says Mel. Oh no. Shots fired across the bow. Now, granted, I think that there are some fairy dust that are maybe not as pretty as others, but ooh. Okay, so then what is your favorite special diamond then? If not the fairy dust, I must know. Don't tell me you're a weird AB lover, because then you must also be a putty licker. Like me. Oh man. She said, what if I bring pancakes? Okay, let's see how. Ooh, what's one kit? You know what? We'll go with 3. What are 3 kits? And I've asked this question before, but I always love to hear people's answers. What are 3 kits in your stash that you're saving for just the right moment? Might be an event. It might be because it's one of your flavor savers or rainy day stash, whatever you call those things. I call them flavor savers, but what is one kit that you're or 3, if you can't narrow it down, what are a few kits that you are saving for just the right moment? I always love these answers. Oh, good. You can still be friends. Oh, good. Ricky says, I'm currently kitting up my first Dreamer design kit called Rockin' Spring. So much static. Oh no, I'm sorry. Static sucks. Mystical says, I don't have a least favorite special for looks, but my least favorite to place is the crystals. Oh, the silver backing when it comes off on the glue is the most annoying. I agree. Ooh, Little Lizard Garden. That's a good one. J-Wall Aquarius and Dak Parade. Good ones. Mystical says, I'm not saving any for just the right moment. I just let a wheel pick my next whip. Okay. Sujin says, gnomes in a snowy forest. Anne says, I have Olivia by Mrs. Butter D. I looked for it for over a year and still don't feel worthy to do. Oh my gosh, Anne, good grab. That's a great find, though. I know so many people looking for Olivia. I know what kits I'm dash to save for the right moment. That's okay, though. Satura, that's one that I talk about a lot. It was a lot of work to get her, which sounds silly for a kit that restocked, but I got cart snatched like 3 times. And so that one is just special to me. There's one that I got from a friend as a gift, and I'm going to save it until May of next year to celebrate my mom's birthday month, the month of May next year. And that's Ellie Mae by Richard Lorenz, because Ellie Mae reminds me so much of my mom. And thank you again, Tigger, for sending that, having that sent over to me. I'm going to do it for my mom's birthday month next year. And I'm probably going to cry through the entire process of like working on it, because it's going to remind me a lot of my mom. And so I'm really looking forward to that in a big, big way. But May of next year will be the right moment. I thought about doing it in March, but that's the month she died. And I would much rather just celebrate the month that she was born and celebrate her life and not necessarily her death. So that is my plan. Gamer Room, Butterdy. Ooh, love it. Night Melody. Good answer. A Beautiful Morning in Aspen. Ooh, winter. That sounds pretty. Anything Nightmare Before Christmas or Alice in Wonderland. Nice. Wolfgazer, you missed the question. I said, what is a kit that you are saving for just the right moment? If there is one, is there a kit that you are saving for just the right moment to work on? Where is my next drill? There it is. You can call it a flavor saver or a rainy day stash, or whatever you want to call it. But what's one that you're one, or even 3? If you want to share 3, you can't narrow it down. Some are you're saving for just the right moment. Night Melody is a great answer. Hades and Persephone. Okay, but which one, Jen Wilson? There's so many Hades and Persephones now that it could be any of them. Because there's Butter D, there's Morales, there's Equinox by Ashley Cassidy, but some people just call that one Hades and Persephone. There's Chrissa Bug's Hades and Persephone. Lots and lots and lots of those Hades and Persephones. The one with the diamond art. See you on the. That's a good one, Gary. Oh, the Morales, Hades and Persephone. Nice. Divine is not saving anything. She wants to do her favorites. I agree. It's a way to do it. Medusa and Uriel for when the third sister comes. Wolfgazer, perfect. I cannot wait for them to release the third sister. I don't have the first 2, but oh my gosh. The The Lovell fans will rejoice when they finally release the third sister. And I'm sure she's going to be a stunner too. Honestly, like his Medusa is so accurate to what Medusa should look like. Just beautiful and kind of horrifying and scary, but yet so alluring and dangerous. Like I love his style for the Medusa. It's beautiful. She's just the right amount gorgeous and effing terrifying. I love it. I love it. Steno. Yes, Steno is the name. Dark Lilith and Margaret Mystery number 68, Ocean Queen. I just placed my first special drill order. Ooh. He drew her face first and spilled coffee on the canvas. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, that is all I've got for questions for now anyway. I'm sure we'll come up with some more for Tuesday's live and then the 24-hour live, which is happening next Saturday already. It doesn't even seem possible. But yeah, that's all I've got. I will see you again Tuesday and or next Saturday. One way or the other, we'll see each other again. I will be around, you know where to find me on my videos, email, or elsewhere. I hope that I see you around wherever you are. But yeah, let's hang again and hopefully sooner rather than later. But that's all I got, y'all. As ever, I hope that wherever you guys are in this great, big, wide, wonderful world, that you are having a beautiful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right, guys, I'll see you on the flip side. Bye. Be good. And if you can't be good at it. Later.